We are live in Amsterdam at Dev Connect, put on by Ethereum. I'm David Porter. We're the Washington Elite, the world's greatest crypto conference coverage. We're happy to be here in Amsterdam. I have Davide
Oh, what's
with
up,
me.
man?
How are you?
I'm doing fine, thank you. How are you doing?
Very well. Welcome on. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
How's the conference been for you?
Thanks, Abby, for having me here. The conference has been great. Lot of people, great environment, great vibes. Lot of smart people. I think the gurus, the best,
The real
of the
gurus.
right, of the
Uh-huh.
blockchain community. They are all here right now.
It's hard to even break the concentration. Many people are plugged in on their computers
Yeah,
and they're
right?
zoned in and making things happen.
Absolutely.
Pretty cool. So, Davide, what are you working on?
Sure, absolutely. So I work with Dine.org. This is an NGO based here in Amsterdam, actually. What we do, we're basically trying to promote blockchain as a public good in the European level institutions. We're working on several projects funded by the EU. One of them is basically we create components for easy integration and blockchain interoperability. So you can basically, you write your smart contract and run on several different blockchains at the same time. We also try to simplify the way we develop smart contracts by creating a English level language, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you don't need to be an expert to write, a block. Yeah, sometimes we try to dialogue with institutions, right? Education, health, and I mean, they usually, don't want to hire, someone that right, a techie, right?
Yeah.
So we're trying to facilitate the adoption of blockchain from institution on the European level. And
Awesome.
yeah.
So you said your project's funded by the EU?
Yeah, some of them, yes. Some of them have been funded. Actually, we run a couple of projects already, and we are actually on getting through a process for approval for another big project. Again, it's about blockchain on institutions. We also did something for helping sustainability and tracking of materials from start to consumer using blockchain. So having that, it's kind of like a supply chain basically, right? On blockchain. So
very cool. So how did you initially get involved in maybe blockchain or with Dine?
Well, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, as a techie, right, we always be interested in the next big thing, right? And I recall, a lot of years back, when there was this blockchain, the paper, right? Being always interested in new technology for me was kind of natural to get into this world. And I know the Dine people from back then, from a lot of time, like more than 20 years. So it was for me easy to also get in touch with a community to help, right, more institution and get having more like the blockchain as a public good, because I feel like there is a lot for for business opportunities, but also opportunities for citizens to actually use the blockchain for day-to-day situation like health data, education data, and that's what we are trying to do, to push blockchain as a social thing, and again, as I say, as a public good.
Very cool. And how much security are you guys? How focused are you guys on security wise for some of these projects?
Oh, big. I mean, especially when you're dealing with institutions, security, it's very, and especially privacy is very, very important. So we definitely have audit of the entire infrastructure. The tools and the stack that we use, the tech stack, has to be very audited and thorough. We look for third-party independent audits. It's key. I mean, it's really, mathematically speaking, it's embedded in the blockchain, which makes things a little bit more easier, right? But absolutely, privacy and security are main priorities, and especially when you have conversation with public institutions. So
very
cool. Top priority. Absolutely.
So you're based here in Amsterdam?
Yes. Yeah.
Awesome.
I mean, they are.
What a
I'm
wonderful
not.
city.
I'm not. Like, absolutely. I'm first time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah.
You also get an amazing weather. I mean, it's summer.
Yeah.
outside.
So I imagine the business flow it must start to pick up now with the weather being so nice. Is Amsterdam? Do you find it busy crypto community?
Yes, no, absolutely. Again, Amsterdam is very alive. It is very alive. There are a lot of conferences and opportunities. I think there are another couple of community based here. Yes, but again, the weather and the all the post-pandemic type of things. Now as you can see right now, mask, not anything. Everything is great. Yeah, exactly. This is amazing, and you can really see the vibes, the relationship, the communication that we have. it's great. It's
For
amazing.
sure. And what
Absolutely.
Dev Connect has put on has been outstanding. They have a decentralized kind of thing going. We're at the main center, amazing facility, and hopping around to the different venues has been so cool. Great way to see the city. Sometimes you go to a conference and all you really see is from your hotel to the conference center, and you miss out. So I've been hopping around. It's a beautiful city. And so what are the next few months look like for you and maybe for Dine?
Absolutely. So again, we are working on this interoperability project for the EU, right? So we need to have some proposal, and there is a technical committee that has to evaluate our proposal against other, competitors' proposal. So we definitely focus on improving our interoperability layer, which actually now work on Bitcoin, Ethereum, Swapwood, and Fabric. We want to extend that, right?
Yeah.
But also, we also want to make some tests. We want to make sure that resource-wise, we are in check. So we try to be very lightweight. Our solution actually works even on IoT devices, in browser, so it's super portable. We want to do more tests.
Nice.
We want just to have this like in every device. We want to bring the blockchain everywhere. So yeah, more testing. More implementation, and hopefully, we get the grant and we can develop that across all of you.
Very cool. Davide,
Awesome.
thanks so much
thank you
for
very much
coming
for
on.
being with me.
We'll go continue networking here with all the wizards. See you soon.
Good to see you.